an amendment to a law that would make the public's ability to access government and the work that it does failed. Disclosure. Again. Yep. And repeatedly. And
Yes.
Disclosure.
And it's your baby. You're on the board that
I was on the board of the New England First Amendment Coalition that pushed to amendment. Didn't even get to the House floor. And I should mention it's the Access to Public Records Act. Look, this sends a signal to advocates who want to increase transparency in government and the public that this is not important to you or to other lawmakers. Are they wrong?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I would reverse it on the advocates who want this, and I will tell you as much as you want it, and the people who are there, which is, Steve Brown from the ACLU and John Marion, and I met with them, and I told them this is the path if you want to see success on this bill. You need to work the process. Look, we talked, at least in the beginning, in the opening segment, we talked about ADUs. ADUs, I'm the Speaker of the House. ADUs took me 3 years to get through the General Assembly. I will tell you, and all the advocates, don't give up. I will tell you to engage.
For the record, it's been 12 years since that law has been amended. So. Okay,
I know, but I think I only remember the last 2 years that I've been Speaker.
Yeah, there's been a new push under De Palma and
in the last 2 years, De Palma, Serpa, and Solomon. Those were
Solomon's had one too.
That's the last 2 years. This is, for me, the third year. That you need to address the reasons. You had 22 departments opposing this. You had the League of Cities and Towns opposing it, and a lot of cities and towns opposing this. So I would tell you to engage the people who are opposing this. Find out, see if there's a middle ground. See if you can work on this. There is a lot of issues regarding this. Number one, I will tell you that since I've been Speaker, we've had several requests of JCLS, the Joint Committee on Legislative Affairs, for information. We have provided them to everybody, and we have not charged anybody. I have waived those fees for every news organization that has asked for it. We put everything in the General Assembly online, at least in the House. We're very transparent, we're very open, and I'm proud of that fact. And what I would tell you and every advocate who wants to engage the people who are opposing it. Have you talked to any of the department directors who are opposing this? Have you talked to the League of Cities and Towns? Have you gone and see how this is also in some communities been abused? And also, which no one really seems to forget, a lot of private companies use this APRA requests to get information and then repackage it and sell it. So what I would tell you is there's a middle ground here, and you need to find the middle ground, and you need to work with the people who are opposing it. Maybe you can make a requirement that this cannot be used for commercial purposes. Maybe you can limit it to so many asks per year free, and then you would pay for it. I mean, there's a lot of middle ground here, and you need to work the middle ground, just like every other advocacy, everyone else. And I respect the fact that you're journalists and you want this information. From my point of view as Speaker in the House,
well, it's not just journalists. This is a law for the public.
I understand, but
we frame it as that.
So you have a lot of opposition to it. So my question is, why do you have so much opposition, and what have you done to mitigate that or meet in the middle with the opposition?